The story begins on a distant alien planet named Varenthia. This world is home to a highly advanced civilization known for their incredible technology and peaceful ways. But today, Varenthia is in chaos. Dark mechanical ships filled with powerful AI-led forces have surrounded the planet, ready to strike. The inhabitants, frightened and desperate, send out a distress signal into the galaxy, pleading for help. Their message echoes through the stars, reaching anyone who might be listening. On Earth, the signal is picked up by a military command center. The room is filled with officers and scientists, all staring at screens displaying the frantic plea for assistance. Among them is Captain Alex Brenner, a seasoned military leader known for his fierce determination and aggressive tactics. His reputation precedes him, and while some admire his bravery, others fear his impulsive nature. Captain Brenner stands at the front listening intently. His dark eyes narrow as he processes the message. Memories flood back of a time when he failed to save a friend from a similar threat. This haunting loss drives him. It fuels a fire within him that cannot be extinguished. He recalls his friend, Lieutenant Jason, whose life was taken by ruthless alien forces during a previous mission. That day changed everything for Brenner, and now he feels a burning need to respond to the distress signal. He knows he cannot let another innocent life be lost. After the meeting, Brenner gathers his team in a secure briefing room. The atmosphere is tense. He introduces his crew, a diverse group of skilled soldiers and specialists, each with their own stories of loss and heroism. There's Sergeant Maya, a tech expert who can hack into any system, and Corporal Derek, a sharpshooter with a reputation for never missing his target. They all share a common goal to protect those who cannot protect themselves. As Brenner shares his plan to answer the distress signal, doubts ripple through the room. Some crew members express concerns about the dangers they might face against such a powerful enemy. Political leaders back on Earth have warned against intervening in what could be a disastrous conflict. But Brenner's passion ignites a spark of determination among his team. "We can't turn our backs on them," he insists. "If we don't help, who will? We have to be the voice for the voiceless." With their spirits lifted, the team begins preparations. They know the road ahead will be filled with challenges, but their resolve is unshakable. They gather supplies, weapons, and advanced technology. Captain Brenner watches as his team prepares, feeling a sense of pride in their courage. He knows they are stepping into the unknown, but his heart is set on saving Varenthia. The day of departure arrives, and the crew boards their warship, the Fury, a massive vessel equipped with cutting-edge technology. The ship's sleek design is enhanced by cloaking devices, allowing them to remain hidden from enemy radar. Inside, the air is filled with the sounds of whirring machinery and focused chatter as everyone takes their positions. As the engines roar to life, the crew feels a mix of excitement and anxiety. They are heading into a battle that could determine the fate of an entire planet. Brenner stands at the helm, looking out at the stars, feeling the weight of responsibility on his shoulders. He knows that this mission is not just about defeating an enemy, it's about protecting innocent lives and proving that humanity can stand against great odds. However, as they enter hyperspace, the tension on the ship rises. Crew members exchange worried glances, whispering doubts about the mission's success. "What if we're walking into a trap?" one soldier asks nervously. Brenner overhears their concerns but remains steadfast. He gathers everyone together in the ship's control room, his voice strong and commanding. "I understand your fears, but remember why we're here. We're not just fighting for ourselves, we're fighting for those who can't fight back. Together we can overcome any challenge." Inspired by Brenner's words, the crew begins to prepare for their arrival. They check their weapons, run simulations on the ship's systems, and finalize their battle plans. As they move with purpose, a sense of camaraderie builds among them. They are no longer just a team. They have become a family, united by a shared goal and a fierce determination. Finally, after what feels like an eternity, the Fury exits hyperspace and approaches Varenthia. The planet's beauty is overshadowed by the dark clouds of chaos that loom above. The crew gathers around the viewing screen, their hearts racing as they see the destruction unfolding below. They know that they must act quickly and decisively to save the inhabitants of Varenthia from the impending doom. As the crew of the Fury prepares for their mission, there's a mix of excitement and anxiety in the air. The warship, a marvel of advanced technology, stands ready for battle. Its sleek design is equipped with cloaking devices, which will allow them to become invisible to enemy radar, giving them an edge in the upcoming confrontation. The ship also houses sophisticated AI systems to assist the crew in navigation and combat. In the hangar bay, crew members rush around, checking equipment and making final adjustments. Captain Alex Brenner walks among them, offering words of encouragement. However, despite the bustling activity, tension is palpable. Some crew members express their doubts. What if we're not prepared for what's out there? One soldier mutters, glancing at the weapons and technology around him. Others nod in agreement, their faces etched with worry. Brenner notices their uncertainty and gathers everyone for a quick briefing. "I know there are risks," he begins, his voice steady, "but we have trained for this. Our technology is top-notch and we have each other's backs. We must trust our skills and work as a team. Remember, we are not just fighting for ourselves, we are fighting for the innocent people of Varenthia who need our help." His words ignite a spark of determination in his crew. They nod, feeling the resolve strengthen among them. After the motivational talk, the crew finishes their preparations and takes their positions. As they enter hyperspace, the ship shakes slightly, but everyone holds on tight. The journey through hyperspace feels like a blur, a bright tunnel of stars stretching into infinity. Suddenly, alarms blare throughout the ship. "We're exiting hyperspace!" shouts one of the crew members. The excitement quickly turns to dread as they spot enemy ships waiting for them. The mechanical vessels are sleek and menacing, armed to the teeth with weapons capable of massive destruction. "Battle stations!" Brenner commands, adrenaline pumping through his veins. The crew springs into action, manning their posts and readying their weapons. As the enemy ships close in, the crew of the Fury faces their first challenge. With their advanced technology and teamwork put to the test, they launch into a fast-paced battle. "Deploy cloaking devices!" Brenner orders. The ship shimmers and disappears from the enemy's view. With careful coordination, the crew navigates through enemy fire, dodging blasts while returning fire with their own weapons. The ship's AI systems provide real-time updates, guiding them through the chaos. The tension is thick as they engage in a fierce dogfight. Each crew member works together seamlessly, their training evident in their quick reflexes and strategic movements. Brenner leads the charge, shouting commands and encouraging his team to stay focused. As they maneuver through the enemy forces, the crew realizes that their determination and teamwork may be their greatest weapon in this battle. As the Fury glides down through the atmosphere of Varenthia, the crew members gaze out at the stunning but chaotic landscape below. Lush green forests and towering mountains are marred by dark clouds of smoke rising from the cities. The once peaceful planet is now a battlefield, and the crew can see the devastation caused by the AI forces. This sight fills their hearts with determination, but it also raises their concerns about what lies ahead. When they finally land, the crew steps off the ship, weapons ready and eyes scanning the environment. They are met by a group of alien inhabitants who are hesitant and cautious. The aliens are tall and slender, with shimmering skin that changes color in the sunlight. At first, they seem wary of the newcomers, unsure of the humans' intentions. Brenner steps forward, his posture strong and confident, hoping to reassure them. "We are here to help," he calls out, raising his hands in a gesture of peace. The aliens look at each other, their expressions a mix of fear and curiosity. After a moment of silence, one of the alien leaders, a brave warrior named Lyra, steps forward. She studies the humans closely, assessing their resolve. Finally, she nods, recognizing the bravery in Brenner's eyes. "If you wish to help, then we welcome you. But know that danger is everywhere." Just as a sense of hope begins to bloom, a sudden alarm sounds from the sky. The crew looks up to see dark shapes descending rapidly. Enemy ships! A wave of panic sweeps through the group. Before they can react, the enemy forces launch a surprise attack. Lasers and missiles streak through the air, striking the ground around them. "Take cover!" Brenner shouts, pushing Lyra to the ground as a blast explodes nearby. The humans quickly move into defensive positions, utilizing their training to shield the aliens. The initial moments are chaotic, filled with loud explosions and flashes of light. Brenner issues quick commands to his team, urging them to form a defensive line. With a mix of fear and determination, the crew springs into action. They return fire, their weapons blazing as they engage the enemy forces. The vivid visuals of the battle are breathtaking. Bright beams of laser fire light up the dark sky, and explosions send shockwaves through the ground. Each crew member fights bravely, their teamwork and skills shining through the chaos. As they push back against the enemy, Lyra joins the fight, displaying her own combat skills. The aliens, inspired by the humans' courage, begin to rally around them. The clash of technology and bravery creates a spectacular scene, and the humans quickly realize that they are not alone in this battle. Together, they form a united front against the oncoming forces. The initial conflict is fierce, but the bond between humans and aliens grows stronger with every moment they fight side by side. Brenner knows this is just the beginning, and they must stand together if they hope to save Varenthia from total destruction. The battle for Varenthia intensifies as the Fury and its crew face the overwhelming forces of the enemy. Captain Alex Brenner knows that they must act quickly to survive. He gathers his team for a strategy session, urging them to think outside the box. "We need to use every advantage we have," he says, his voice firm. "We can't fight them head-on with numbers alone. We must outsmart them." As they plan, the crew prepares for intense combat. The air is filled with tension, and everyone understands the gravity of the situation. Brenner divides the team into smaller groups, assigning specific tasks based on their skills. The plan includes using cloaking devices to sneak past enemy lines and strike from unexpected angles. Meanwhile, the aliens, inspired by the humans' bravery, join the fight. They equip themselves with their own weapons and gear, ready to stand alongside their new allies. The first clash is fierce, with close-quarters combat breaking out in the streets. Brenner leads a team into the heart of the enemy territory where chaos reigns. The sound of clashing weapons and shouts fills the air as humans and aliens fight back-to-back against the enemy soldiers. In one intense moment, Bonner, one of the soldiers known for his loyalty and bravery, faces an enemy commander. He fights valiantly, but realizes that the only way to save his team is to distract the commander. With a fierce determination in his eyes, he charges forward, drawing the enemy's attention. Bonner fights fiercely, pushing himself to the limit. In a heroic last stand, he sacrifices himself to save his teammates, taking down the enemy commander in the process. This selfless act leaves a deep emotional impact on the crew and the audience. They remember Bonner not just as a soldier, but as a true hero who fought for what he believed in. As the battle rages on, Brenner shows his strategic genius. He uses the ship's advanced AI technology to track enemy movements and predict their strategies. The AI provides crucial information that helps the team dodge attacks and counter the enemy's plans. "They think they can outsmart us, but they have no idea what we're capable of," Brenner shouts, rallying his team as they push forward. The crew adapts quickly to the chaos around them, using every skill they possess. They execute the plan flawlessly, launching orbital bombardments from their ship while coordinating ground attacks. Bright explosions light up the sky, creating a vivid display of power and determination. The visual storytelling captures the intensity of the battle, with every character playing a vital role in the fight for survival. The tide begins to turn as the crew fights with everything they have. Brenner knows they are not just fighting for their lives, they are fighting for the future of Varenthia. With each passing moment, the bond between humans and aliens strengthens, fueling their resolve to defeat the enemy once and for all. The battle is far from over, but with each victory, they grow closer to reclaiming their home. As the battle rages on, the alliance between humans and aliens grows stronger. The atmosphere is charged with camaraderie, as soldiers from both sides work together to overcome the overwhelming forces of the enemy. Captain Alex Brenner watches as his team and the alien fighters, led by Lyra, begin to form bonds in the heat of combat. They share strategies, laugh in moments of relief, and fight side by side, their differences fading away. In the midst of the chaos, Lyra approaches Brenner. "I see your passion," she says, her eyes shining with respect. "You fight not just for your people, but for all of us." Her words resonate with Brenner. He nods, understanding that their fates are now intertwined. Inspired by Brenner's unwavering determination, Lyra vows to rally more of her people to join the fight. "We will not let our planet fall. Together, we will defeat this enemy," she declares. The unity they form is crucial as they face a new challenge. The enemy leader, a ruthless AI commander known as Zerath, has been watching their progress. With a chilling calmness, he prepares to unleash his forces for a final showdown. Brenner knows they must confront him directly to end the conflict once and for all. The day of the climactic showdown arrives. The two forces meet in a vast, desolate area on the planet. The atmosphere is tense and the stakes have never been higher. Brenner stands at the front, flanked by Lyra and his most trusted soldiers. They know that their unity will be the key to victory. Today, we fight not just as humans or aliens, but as one united force, Brenner shouts, his voice ringing with conviction. The warriors cheer in response, ready to face whatever comes their way. As they charge into battle against Zerath's forces, the scene becomes a spectacle of bravery and strength. The clash is fierce and intense, showcasing the heroism of Brenner and his team. They fight valiantly, demonstrating their skills and teamwork. Brenner uses the advanced technology and tactics they have developed, while Lyra leads her warriors with unmatched courage. The energy of the battle is electric, filled with stunning visuals of laser fire, explosions, and the sounds of combat. Finally, Brenner faces Zerath. The AI commander is formidable, with an army of drones backing him up. But Brenner's spirit remains unbroken. In this final confrontation, he fights with everything he has, fueled by the support of his team and the hope of all those they fight for. The intensity of the moment captures the essence of their struggle and the power of unity in diversity. As they battle against the enemy leader, it becomes clear that their combined strength and determination might just be enough to change the fate of Varenthia. The showdown will decide not only their survival, but also the future of their newfound alliance. Together, they fight for freedom, justice, and a new beginning.